Hi, it's Thursday, December 1st. It's 8 o'clock at night, and this is TC Muzique. My name is Skip, and I'm going to be your host tonight for the Vacationing Polani, and our special guest tonight is going to be Steve Kramer of the Wallets. We're waiting for our studio audience here to file in and take their seats and get their popcorn and their edibles, and we're going to be right back in a few minutes with the show. Here it comes. And I'm the host tonight for TC Muzique, where our special guest tonight will be Steve Kramer. We'll be getting to him in a few minutes. Calm down. Everybody, calm down. We're going to start with a few notes tonight about the TC Beat, the Twin Cities music scene, what's going on in and around the Twin Cities. Tonight, if you're not aware, at the Fine Line is a sold-out 2 performances of Edie Brickell and the New Bohemians. It should be a pretty exciting show. I'm going to go after this, but if you're not holding tickets for that, you can also tune in to 7th Street Entry. There's going to be a show with the Boston pop group Scruffy the Cat with Big and Scary and the Draghounds there. Tomorrow night, Friday night, December 2nd, at the Blues Saloon Western off of University in St. Paul, the Professor's Blues Review, which promises to be a good blues show if you're into that. Also at the Caboose is Big Twist and the Mellow Fellows, another good blues lineup. And at the West Bank School of Music, Milo Fine Free Jazz Ensemble will be playing. For the third, Wild Jazz. For the third, at Minneapolis Institute of Arts is the Twin Cities Saxophone Quartet playing at 3 p.m. So if you want to check that out, if you're into saxes and woodwinds. December 4th at the Fine Line is the 2nd annual Minnesota Jazz Awards with John Devine Sax Quartet, vocalist Roberta Davis, Scott Tat, and many, many other fine attractions, I'm sure, for the jazz quarter of the music scene in town. At the Walker Arts Center, Minneapolis Artists Ensemble presents some chamber music, presenting the world premiere of Laura Kaplan's Portrait of Jaco, a music of themes of Jaco Pastorius that she wrote into some chamber music. They'll also be performing works by Rossini and Grieg, which should be interesting. At the Walker Community Church, Far Out Jazz in the Twin Cities concert series presents Scott Newell and his fusion group, along with 40 Dog 3 and Gutter Cleaners. That is at the Walker Community Church, located 3104 16th Avenue South. On the 5th, at Dakota Bar and Grill, Bandana Square, is the Minneapolis Arts Ensemble presents benefit performance for Jaco Pastorius Children's Trust Fund. That should be an interesting jazz show with Don Still, Greg Gouger, Maria Jade, and Manny Loriani. It should be very, very much fun. December 5th at the Caboose is a show that we're going to be offering tickets for as a trivia prize tonight for the phone-in people that want to guess the trivia answer. And that's at the Caboose. Tommy Conwell and the Young Rumblers with an opening group called the Nightburners. Should be a lot of fun. December 7th, Iron Horse, Humble Pie. Need we say more? At Bunker's Bar and Grill from Missouri on Friday 9th and Saturday the 10th. From Missouri are the Bel Air, some personal friends of mine. And don't forget, all through this week, December 1st through December 2nd, at the Met Center, Big Bird's Sesame Street Story, a 90-minute extravaganza with great sets, costumes, dance numbers, big production, the whole darn spiel. Should be a lot of fun. But right now, let's get to more interesting matters. I'd like to present to you our guest for tonight, Mr. Steve Kramer of the Wallets. Steve, how you doing?
Good.
Are you having a good show? So far? Having fun?
Yeah.
Okay, I think he's up in the monitor, Greg, and you could maybe back that off a little bit.
I was thinking you could just keep on reading from those cards. And
sure. Well, I thought it was interesting gigs that you could probably tune into and see some fun things. So anyway, how's things with you?
Good. Really busy.
Really busy?
Yeah.
With the Wallets?
Well, not so much with the Wallet, since we decided to fold. January 23rd is our last date at the Guthrie. Will be our farewell special performance. But we're still playing pretty much every weekend and about 3 times a week in and out of town. But I've personally been busy with writing music, and I started painting again.
You took a leave of absence from the painting, did you?
Well, about 2 years ago, I made a decision to stop painting and just put all my energy into the band. So I haven't painted for about 2 years.
So for people that don't know, and myself I include as in that group, what brought on the breakup of the Wallets? I thought we had a pretty successful group here for a while.
I thought we did too. Why didn't you ever come to see us?
Hey, I was there for quite a few shows, you might recall.
No, I know you were. Well, it's been 8 years, and 8 years ago when I got the idea for a band, I really wanted to do something different and really didn't have in mind just being a musician playing 2 or 3 sets in a bar. And we, for 6 years got away with doing pretty, wild and innovative things. And you've been, well, some of the shows that we did at First Avenue, and really all over the country we did great shows with great costumes and tried different things. But it just became too hard to put that kind of energy into shows, and so we have been able to play about 2 sets, just regular rock and roll in the bars, and that's just gotten to be really tiring.
Rock and roll.
Because I didn't ever really want the Wallets to be a bar band. I wanted to be able just to do special ideas.
But not especially a concert attraction per se, as more of a performance.
Well,
experience.
Even concerts would be better than just
bars.
Yeah, but more of some type of performance thing.
Now you do all of the artwork that the Wallets use in their shows, don't you? A lot of that on the album cover, the layouts of that. Where did these ideas come from? I know a lot of people may have seen some of the artwork involved with the Wallets.
I don't know. I'm not that crazy about.
Well, I was a part of the one thing that impressed me was the windmills you used at the Flemish opening at the Minneapolis Institute of Arts.
That was a great show. I really liked. Yeah, I liked that show a lot.
They stood about 9 feet tall, I think.
Yeah. Any chance that I could incorporate, doing artwork with the band, I did.
Some sort of visual medium besides just a bunch of ugly guys on stage. I don't know if they're ugly or not. They're all wonderful. So anyway, for people that don't know, what about the band? What kind of makeup is it? Is it orchestral? Is it electric? Is it how many guitarists?
Well, we don't have any guitar. Actually, now we have a guitarist. Now that we're folding, Dan Neal, who's from Chattanooga, and he's played around with a million bands in Minneapolis. Amazing guitar player. He's been playing with us.
That's an innovation for you guys as far as
it sounds really good. It's nice to have. He just adds a lot of energy to it.
The accordion seems to be the focus of the band, though, as far as you being the focal point, what draws people's attention, and then your wild antics with the squeeze box. I'm just curious, what does an accordion cost these days?
What does it cost?
Yeah, what does your new accordion cost?
I'm not sure about new. I don't know about new really. This one was. Actually, I had this one made especially in Italy. Where else? It's a Pagini. It's a classical accordion. And through a really good friend and through a trade-in I got, I don't know, it must have been, they'd probably be $1,000. That one is really excellent.
Yeah, we're not too happy about that either.
Really? Well, you can get them for, I mean, I've paid $30 for one that worked fine.
You didn't start with the accordion though, did you? What was your first instrument?
I started with classical piano when I was in 2nd grade.
Wow. And a lot of lessons and all through the school?
My dad was majored in music, and so I took lessons from him. I really liked to play and practice when I was little.
So it was more of a classical bend in your upbringing as far as your
Yeah, although I didn't pursue it. I stopped lessons, and in high school just forgot about it, and not until later on in high school when I joined I was in a lot of bands, Thunderhead.
Was that local?
Is that the ocean?
No, that's the studio audience.
It was a local band.
Shouting their agreement. Was this a local group? Did you go to school here, start bands here? Or?
Yeah, I went to Blake School, and then I was kicked out of Blake and went to West.
What brought that on for those of us that might have interest here?
Just being, just trying to be an artist, and
instead of a student.
Yeah.
So the art did play into the music from the beginning, huh?
Yeah, I was really since grade school. You know, I just never stopped coloring, pretty much.
Unbelievable. It's an incredible thing to see.
That's the reason I moved to New York, was to really become a painter and an artist. And I used to make these mechanical boxes.
That was after high school?
Yeah.
After you got kicked out of high school, you went to New York?
No, that was
Okay.
I left Blake and went to West, and then went to a year of college here, and then moved to New York.
Did you go to art school out there at all? Or just
No, just to live and try to
village.
paint. Yeah, the East Village and Chinatown.
You had groups in New York too, didn't you? Didn't you run some bands from out of New York City for a while? Isn't that where you met Max originally?
No, actually, well, I was in New York, and James Chance from the Contortions and James White and the Blacks asked me and a couple of people from, one person, Bradley Field from Teenage Jesus and the Jerks. It was right when the punk movement was happening. And Christian Hoffman from the Mumps. He asked us if we would join the Contortions, not knowing whether Bradley and I even, or not knowing whether I knew how to play.
Wonderful idea. That's a wonderful idea. They saw your art and said this guy could play.
No, they saw me. I had, at that time, I had all broken teeth, and I had my face wired together with little.
Wonderful. What brought all that on?
Just being too wild. In
Performance
New York.
piece,
So
I
he
suppose.
just hired me for
the look.
my weird looks, and then later found that I could actually play. I played Farfisa organ.
A classic instrument on any note. What was your first disillusionment with all the music business? I mean, with all the playing in bars, with all the constant gigs and the constant travel? One of your comments that you heard was being in a band in the Midwest is something like driving in a truck and drinking coffee a lot. So.
Well, I'm not disillusioned with it. I just am kind of excited. You know, it was an idea, and I think just that, like a lot of ideas, artistic ideas, they just have a life of their own. And, you know, the death of the Wallets is
We're hearing the death of this control room right now. Maybe we can wake them up in there with a roll into a video. We're going to watch a little bit of Steve Kramer and Company's artwork and music in this next video special. Thank you. They're awake now. We're going to go right to the video, Body Talk. This is the Wallets on TC Muzique. Doing all right.
really.
That was fine.
I don't know. I've never done one of these before. Doctors, move it. Keep it moving. We're losing her. Nurse, hit it!
You're making me a crazy cowboy.
No, he's supposed to be talking.
Hi, and welcome back to TC Muzique. That was a little bit of body talk, and Steve, maybe are there any members of the video crew that you'd like to give credit to for some of the work they did that took what,
Dan,
a week, a month? How long did it take
well,
to do all that work?
The preparation work took about a month, you know.
Pre-production, storyboard.
Yeah, and all the members of the band and myself built all the props and all the costumes and blah blah, the cutout cars and the backdrops.
The concept was yours entirely?
Yeah. And we did it, we did it at Mark Sutterholm's production place, and RealWorks did the animation. Dan Pulsfus and Greg Winter were involved.
Wonderful job. Wonderful job. Looks
A
great.
lot of people, a lot of donated time.
Before we get much further, we'd like to also let people know about the TC Muzique trivia question, which is wallets related tonight. The question Steve is going to phrase for us. The prize for answering correctly the trivia question will be 2 tickets to Tommy Conwell and the Young Rumblers at the Caboose Bar. Call in now with your answer to the trivia question Steve is about to ask you at 521-9886. Mr. Kramer, what's the trivia question for tonight? For
You didn't tell me I was going to have to come up with a question.
Well, the one
what
we
key
talked
is totally new, Dan?
about. No, give them something they'll know. You know, see, they're freaking out. They can't hear.
Okay. Name the drummer of the group.
The drummer of the group. If you can call in.
Of the group called the Wallets.
The group called the Wallets. If you can call in the name of the drummer of the group called the Wallets at 521-9886, you could probably win some tickets to a show at the Caboose Bar on next Monday, I think it is.
What's there?
Tommy Conwell and the Young Rumblers, Columbia recording artist. Should be a good show. I'm expecting a good show. Line 1 is already here. Let's go to line 1 then. Why wait? Line 1, you're on. Sounds good. Sounds marvelous. We have trouble with these phones every week, folks. I can't hear a word. Line 1's dead. We're blowing it off. And we're going to go to line 3. Hello, line 3.
Oh, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Just great.
Who do you think is the drummer for the Wallets?
Eric Milgaard Anderson.
Holy
God,
smokes.
she got the middle name.
She got the middle name, too. We ought to get you a couple of drinks for that, too.
All right.
We're going to get you on hold here in a minute. Is there anything you'd like to ask Steve while we have him here in the studio?
Steve, what's your middle name? Come on.
Grant.
Ooh, that's a real soap opera name.
There you go. Well, Steve Kramer isn't like the most made-up name in the world, right? We're going to get going now. Off to another call. Thank you very much. Line 4.
Yeah, the drummer is Eric Anderson.
Yeah, you're one call too late. Do you have a question for Steve Kramer?
Well, he can get tickets too.
Well,
I'll put him on the guest list.
All right, you'll get tickets too. We'll get your name in a minute.
Okay.
Do you have a question for Steve?
Does Steve think he's going to get in another band or start another band previous?
Good question. What about
Actually, yeah, a
Thank you very
club
much.
in town has offered me 1 night a week to do whatever I want with my fantasy band, and
Wow.
I can't say anything about it because I
That could be a
said
lot
I
of
wouldn't
fun.
want to. I didn't want to, but
As soon as
starting
we find out more
probably
on that, we'll get you
yeah,
the news.
starting in February.
That should be a lot of fun. And a new thing every week, right? It's not going to be the same line.
Well, what I would do is I would only be responsible for the second set of the evening, so I just have to come up with 50 minutes of
Madcap.
yeah,
zany
whatever. It might be.
wildness.
I'm working on home movies, and maybe it would be a play. I mean, it would involve music too.
Multimedia type event. Thank you
What-
for the call.
Thank you.
And that's some pretty exciting news. That refers to a question I was going to ask about the future of your music in particular, because I know a lot of the writing in the band, as far as the progressions, is a lot of your doing. The soloists, I think, take their own bow when they come to putting up their own music. But I mean, your input refers a lot to what kind of style you have with your art and what kind of style you have, you know, your overall outlook in life. There's a lot of influences. There's a lot of direction there. How would you describe your music? if you had to.
The wallets or my own?
Well, your own, the wallets.
I've actually, some people in town have put some backing into, I did a demo, I wrote a ballad for, I don't know whom yet. They're going to, somebody big. So I'm really doing simple, sort of pretty stuff right now. But, and I don't know how to describe the wallets. It all starts with bass and drums and then sprinkle stuff on top of that.
It gets crazy. I came into your rehearsal studio one time and saw you working on some music for a dance piece, and I was incredulous at the amount of work that goes into a piece that you're commissioned for, just for people to dance to, and it's, you know, track after track, hour after hour of creativeness.
I like, yeah, dance pieces are particularly fun to work on.
In case you're wondering, Steve is drawing here pictures for our home audience.
For sale.
These
Mail
are pictures
your
that'll be
dollars
for
to-
sale at the next art show by Steve Kramer. We don't have a date on that yet either. But these are pictures of some of the phone callers tonight that we thought you might like to see. And this is a picture of me before we went on. Yeah, there we go. And it's pretty wild. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty madcap. Just a couple of quick questions. What's your favorite food?
Sushi.
What's your favorite book?
God, I don't know.
Storybook, novel? Fiction,
Detective novels, actually.
Detective?
Yeah.
Agatha Christie's?
No, there's a Dutch writer, Jan Willem van de Wettering. He's really good.
Does he write in Dutch as well? Are you bilingual?
These are all no, these
Okay.
are all. No, I think he writes in English.
Okay. So sushi's your favorite. You like Dutch mystery novels. What about your local band? What's your favorite local band? What's the one to watch?
You know, Beat the Clock and Toe Jammers and God, there's a million of them.
There sure are. There's a lot of talent. That was Dave knocking over one of the monitors in here. He's doing that all night. I just can't. Favorite movie? Do you go to movies?
I used to, I haven't gone for so long. I've been so busy painting, but I can't think of.
For Wallet's songs, or for Wallet's fans, what's your favorite Wallet's song?
What goes over the best?
Yeah, what's your
Totally
favorite?
Nude. People want to hear it.
Always, always.
Yeah.
Favorite nightclub in town to play?
That's really a loaded question.
I know.
I like them all.
We'll pass over that. Favorite opera?
I only know, God, I don't know. What's that one? Der Fledermaus. I know that one.
Wagner. What
Yeah.
composer? Favorite composer? It's in 1 minute.
1 minute.
Thelonious Monk.
Thelonious Monk. Another jazz great.
Yeah.
Sax. Have you seen Bird yet?
I
Clint
haven't
Eastwood's?
seen it.
That
No.
might be worth seeing.
I've heard it's amazing.
They took original Parker tracks and EQ'd out the rest of the band.
Yeah.
And made over new tracks. There's a write-up in the latest Mix magazine about all
Yeah,
that.
the sound is supposed to be incredible.
We're going to be going to the Wallet's video pretty soon called Totally Nude. This is, what year? 87? Or 86 even?
God, it might be 85.
This video was done
Could
in
it be?
85. It's a real
It might-
teaser, so if you have young children in front of the TV set, you might want to cover their eyes or turn them around so they face the coffee table or make them go get popcorn for you. And we're going to go now to the Wallet's Totally Nude. Ooh la la. La 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 la.
They walk, they talk, they shimmy to the music, they hip, they hop, they move, they groove, they shiver to the rhythm. Look out, they're totally nude. They're waiting for you. They break, they shake, they bend way back and bump their bodies. They slip, they slide, they fall on the floor. Look out, they're totally nude. They're ready for you. They're totally nude. They're totally naked. They're ready for you.
Concerts are up next Friday, December 9th. Some International Market Square, December 29th. A huge Christmas party day. And our farewell date is January 23rd at the Guthrie.
Everybody tune in for more details on these upcoming wallet states, as well as Steve Kramer's future musical projects to take place sometime in the future. Steve, thanks for being our guest. It's been a great time.
Thanks, Skip.
And thank you today for our floor directing, and Kalani, and Lynn, and Jazz for the camera, for Greg on audio, for Mary, our producer, for Greg on our special stuff. And it's been a good time. Thanks so much. Let's watch a little bit more of the wallet video.
Crack up, cold crush, let it up, hip slide. They're totally nude. They're totally naked.
Get out of here! Get out of here! Who needs ya? Get out.